What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of Lost, Season 1, Episode 3. Yes, we are still trying to get through it. We're going to get through all of the seasons. But being that this is a show that came on years ago, we're going to take our time doing it. I didn't plan on doing it once a month, though. So I am going to start picking up the pace on which I'm going to drop these episodes for you. If you're a member, you're going to get them first. And then they'll roll on out in a more consistent basis. Hopefully, that's the schedule. That's the plan. Season 1, Episode 3, Tabula Rasa, which loosely translates to blank slate. Okay? So we opened up this episode with Jack still trying to treat that Marshall. And he's still going on about some lady being dangerous. She's a dangerous woman. Don't trust her. Son, she's dangerous. She's dangerous. And Jack is like, yeah. You keep telling me that. But every time I ask you about who you're talking about, you pass out. So I really don't think that you know who the hell you're talking about, right? The marshal finally say, go ahead, look in my jacket pocket. Go look in there. He looked in the jacket pocket, and lo and behold, it's a wanted picture for Kate. Okay? Jack is like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this information? That's how he feeling right about now, right? Meanwhile, Kate is out there still in the jungle. Her, Shannon, Saeed, Sawyer, Boone, and Charlie. Remember, they heading back to the camp after they had went out there to try to boost the signal to just try to call for help. And they debating right now if they're going to even mention to everybody else at the camp about this signal. The signal been looping for 16 years, y'all. And it is a signal for help. And Saeed is like, hell no, we're not finna panic everybody else and have them lose hope. That's not what we're finna do. They still a long way from the beach, right? So it's getting late. They're gonna have to stop right there and sleep out and camp there. And Kate is like, out here, where things go bump in the night. This is where you want us to stay. You ain't got no choice, girl. You ain't got no choice. Remember, at this point, only her and Charlie of this group, they're the only ones that know about the thing that's out there in the woods. So like Sawyer said, what's going to get me? The damn trees. Okay? Last time it was a freaking polar bear. So he ain't worried about that because he done took the polar bear out. Can't say, trust me, bro. You don't want to find out what's out there in this woods. You don't want to find out. Okay, so we not even sure if they gonna get found at this particular point. Saeed says that they about 1,000 miles off the course. So they gonna have to figure out how to live there and survive until somebody can figure out where they at. Back at the beach, Jack tells Hurley about the thing in the woods. So, you know, he ain't the only one with the information now. And they doing this while they tending to the marshal. Remember, they pulled the shrapnel up off the marshal's stomach. So he's still in a lot of pain. They trying to make sure he don't get infected. Hurley notices that the picture of Kate's mugshot is laying right there. Like, what is this? What she do? Okay, I love my life. And it looked like she the type of person that could take it from me. Okay, well, out in the woods, Boone, he stole the gun that Sawyer had. And they had already separated the clip from Sawyer. Saeed had the clip. And now he trying to get the clip up off of Saeed. But remember, Saeed is ex-military. He sleep lightly, right? So he wakes up. Now, they about to have a rumble in the jungle. Boone is like, look here, I need to stay in guard. It's the only reason why I'm trying to get the doggone gun. Y'all said there's things I heard to go bump in the doggone night that we need protected from. I need to protect myself. But Boone ain't never held a gun before. So then it becomes an argument about who's going to be in control of the gun. Definitely not Saeed, according to Sawyer, because he thinks that Saeed's a terrorist. Definitely not Sawyer, because, you know, Saeed say that Sawyer is a redneck with a itchy trigger finger, right? A wild card. Boone can't keep the doggone gun because Shannon said he ain't never did nothing. He ain't about violence. He's a non-violent protester. That's all he would do out there is march. He never put his finger by the trigger day in his life. So they elect Kate. Okay, everybody say, okay, fine. Kate gonna keep the gun. Unbeknownst to them, she is the last person that they want with a gun because remember, she's the criminal. Well, this episode we get a little backstory on Kate and how she ended up where she at. So she was trespassing on this farmland in the outback of Australia. And the man found her trespassing. Apparently he had just lost his wife a few months ago. His bills is high. Work ain't get done. So he offered her a place to stay. She tell him her name is Annie. Okay, so back on the beach, they still try to... He come back and they tell them look, we couldn't send out a signal. We gonna need to gather everybody's electronic devices, and maybe I can increase the power of it, and we can go out there and try again. But right now, we need to start rationing food. So Saeed immediately starts forming organized groups to help take care of everybody's basic needs. And Kate pulls Jack to the side and tells him about that signal. Tells him how long it was lasting and what the signal and why they couldn't get one out because someone was already coming through. And he like, you got anything else to tell me, girl? And he talking about that mugshot photo. And Kate was like, so how's the marshal? You know, how he doing? Is he talking, right? Jack said, no. He lied to her. So she lied to him. I ain't got nothing left to tell you. Nothing left to tell you, bro. So Hurley asked Jack, what's the tea? Okay. I saw you talking to her. Jack deflected as if he was clueless about what Hurley was talking about. Hurley like, don't gaslight me, bro. Come on now. I know I may look stupid, but I'm not. We found the handcuffs. She in the doggone mugshots. And the marshal keep talking about she dangerous. What you mean? You clueless. So Jack is like, look, it's not my monkey, not my circus. I ain't finna get involved. I'm just gonna pretend that I don't know. But what he does know is that the marshal ain't gonna make it without stronger medications, right? So they need to get inside the plane. The fuselage is what they called it. They need to get inside the plane, which is basically their graveyard at this particular time. That's where they put all the dead bodies that, you know, instead of sending them, I would have sent the bodies out. I was going to say I would send them out to sea, but then what if they do get found and there's people don't know where their loved ones are at? So they're keeping all the bodies in the doggone plane. Anywho, inside the plane, Jack ended up going because Hurley was like, I ain't going up in there with them dead bodies. Something is moving. And Jack is like, oh, what the hell is this? It didn't turn out to be nobody but Sawyer. Sawyer is in there ripping off everybody's doggone luggage that's still on the plane. And he like, I'm in here doing the same thing you're doing. Jack say, no, sir. No, you're not. I am trying to get medication. That's what I'm doing, right? And Sawyer's trying to figure out, well, why are you still trying to get medication from the dead man? I know he's still breathing, but that man is good as dead. He good as dead. Only thing Jack is doing is prolonging the inevitable. The man is going to die, okay? Sawyer tell him, look here, we not in Kansas no more. You need to get with the program, start living like you in Oz, or at least trying to get to Oz, and you out there in the poppy fields where all the danger lives. That's what you got to do at this particular point. Back at the beach, we catch up with everybody else. Charlie and Claire, they gathering luggage and they getting more acquainted with one another. You know, she's a single mom. She ready to pop any day now. He was in the band. We done heard his story once and twice before. Son, she's out there going through the luggage like everybody else. You know, she's helping out. And she brings over some luggage for Jen and like, okay, here's your bag. And he like, that ain't it. Okay. And she like, damn, you know, you ain't even worried about the doggone bag. I'm trying to find your shit and you all rude and it's crass and everything. At least that's the look that's on her face, because you know, son is not talking back to Jen at this particular time in her life. And then like I say, it looked like she been looking for his luggage for a minute. Okay. She looked like she been tugging pieces of luggage back and forth to him to see if this his for a minute. And he got the nerve to tell her how filthy and nasty she looked and she need to go bathe. Okay, he like the typical abuser gonna say, I love you though. Boy, bye. Okay, so we get back to the past with Kate, you know, back at the farm in Australia. And she been holed up on the farm for about 3 months now, okay? And she feel like it's time for her to move on. The old dude, his name is Ray, he catch her trying to sneak out in the middle of the night, you know. He's like, damn, you just gonna bounce without saying goodbye? You know, I left you a note. But I got trust issues, sir. I got trust issues. So he convinced her to stay into the morning, at least into the morning. But when he said that, he said, everybody deserves a fresh start. I said, something is off. Something is off, right? Okay. And it's been some years since I've seen this show, so I couldn't remember exactly what was off. But I felt like she had reason not to trust him in this moment. So now she was looking at the marshal back on the beach. She in the tent with him. You know, he barely breathing and holding on and everything. And she got her face real close to him. Baby, he wakes the fuck up. He wakes up and starts strangling the shit out of her ass. Choking the shit out of her, right? But she got the gun. It's in her waistband, but she trying to breathe right now. So she ain't even thinking about the gun right now. Luckily for her, Jack came back in and freed this dude's hold off her neck. He had her hem up like he was choking a chicken for Sunday dinner, child. I'm like, he must really hate her. He must really hate her. He came with the strength of a brute animal in that moment. Like, all his adrenaline just kicked in and aimed for Kate's neck. And Kate is like, look her, you need to put him down like the dog he is. Put him down, okay? Jack said, baby girl, I seen the mugshot. Don't play me. I'm not a murderer. Insinuating that she is. But we have not found out what exactly Kate did. So we can't assume that she is a murderer. He just seems to be going after her really fucking hard. She could have been, if she did get somebody, she could have did it in self-defense. We don't know this yet. Okay. So we found out Ray, the old man back in Australia, he couldn't be trusted. He's desperate right now. And he sold her out for a $23,000 reward. After 3 months of having her in his home, like family almost, you know what I'm saying? He sold her out for $23,000. And I know in 2025, $23,000 may not seem like a lot. I mean, it is going to be for me. I could do a lot with $23,000 right now, like get me a new fucking car. But anyway, in 2004, when this show aired, $23,000 went a long damn way, baby. A long damn way. But I was like, damn, Ray, that's how you do her? You ain't shit. Somebody gonna always sell you out for their own personal gain. Anywho, speaking of doing something wrong, Merch, whose name is Michael on the show. So I may flip back and forth between him, Merch, and Michael. You never know what happened, child. He's like, who was that man? He talking to Walt. And like, who was that man that you was over there talking to? He talking about John Locke. And he was like, that's my buddy, my friend, He was like, what was you talking about? I can't tell you. It's a secret. What you mean you got a secret? No, sir. We don't do secrets with grown-ups. That's not what we do, okay? So he wanted to know what the hell the secret was. We still didn't find out what it was. All we knew that John Locke said that he had a miracle happen to him since getting on the island. And Merch is like, everybody had a miracle back then. We all survived a plane crash. We all had a miracle. And then he started talking about how much he cared about him, and like he the only friend he had. And he's like, you don't care about me. You ain't found my damn dog. He's still worried about this dog. Now remember, Walt is only 9 or 10 years old, so I can understand his passion about this fucking dog. That I'm like, boy, that dog is gone. He happy. Okay. I think I told y'all the story about my grandma's dog. They was driving out to California. They was moving back out to California, and she had the dog. The dog name was Poochie. It was a big Dalmatian. But I love Poochie. I did love that big old dog. My grandmama was kind of, she was kind of off a little bit, a little off in the dome. Okay. But I had never seen her treat Poochie bad, I didn't think. But they broke down, or they stopped in Arizona. And soon as they stopped in Arizona and they opened the car door, Poochie took off. In the middle of the hot ass desert, just took the fuck off and never looked back. I wonder how long that dog survived out there. But he was happy. He was free. And that's how I feel about Vincent. He out there in the jungle living his best life. But Merce tell him, I'm going to find your damn dog, okay? I'm going to find him as soon as the rain stopped, because it was pouring down. But as soon as he said that, as soon as the rain stopped, Mother Nature said, okay. Show me. Okay, Mother Nature said, don't put me in this. I'm finna stop this rain right now. Show and prove. And so Michael had to get the hell up and was like, God, dog, I gotta go look for this fucking dog. And Walt sitting there looking like, well, you said you was gonna do it. Shit looked dry to me. That's how he was looking. So Michael out there in the jungle, bitching the entire way, the same way I would have been about having to go find that damn dog. You know how he be like, he say when the rain don't stop, you gonna do it, right? You know what I'm saying? That's how he was out there bitching this motherfucker. So he out there and something started growling in the damn leaves. Now the blades of grass, child, as tall as he are, they thick blades of grass. Look like ain't nobody cut the grass ever. Okay. And he out there and something is growling and the tall grass is bending. The snarling is getting closer. It's getting louder. Merch took off. Okay. He took off. He like he was hurling in the damn Olympics, child. He was hurling over that tall grass. His feet never touched the ground. But look here, if the grass had never been mowed before, he did it. If his foot touched any part of that grass, he mowed the shit out of it. But he was leaps and bounds over that. He ended up running to this clearing and ran clear into sun, bathing, naked over by a tree. She's like, oh. And he like, ooh. And it's this awkward moment that just happened to her. Like, she can't understand him because she speaks Korean only. He trying to tell her, look, my bad, I wasn't looking. You might want to cover up though. I didn't see shit. I didn't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I didn't see nothing, right? But I'm like, girl, be careful. We wouldn't want Jen to try to pop off on Michael and try to kill Michael for seeing your little girly parts. We don't want that to happen, right? And Jen seemed like that type of dude. Michael tried to treat you with respect and like, hey, I see nothing, didn't hear nothing. You know, that's how Michael was trying to do and try to walk on. He even handed her clothes. Like, girl, put some clothes on. Put some clothes on. Speaking of kill, everybody want the Marshall dead right now. Ain't nobody saying it. But he just, it ain't no saving him, right? And everybody is feeling his agony. His agony is excruciating for them to hear. Okay, we already in this desperate situation, and then we get a constant reminder that somebody is dying on us in the process. So you tell Kate, look here, we got one bullet left, man. One bullet left. Put him out of his misery, dog. He said, I would have did it if I had the gun, but you the one with the gun. And I know that's what you want to do because I heard you tell Jack that earlier. I heard you say it earlier. Well, the marshal wants to talk to Kate alone. You just try to choke her the fuck out. He tells Jack, don't believe shit she say. She gonna play with your feelings and she gonna hurt your ass bad. And then he take a deep look into Jack's eyes, right? And he said, oh, I'm too late. She got you already. But Kate comes. She comes. Then we flash back to the past again. Her and Ray riding in the truck. He act like he taking her to the train station. And then you see this truck driving wildly behind him on the road. And then he pull up next to him. And it's the marshal. He all driving erratic. You know how somebody chasing you and trying to chase you off the road? That's how the marshal driving. Ray don't pull over. Ray don't slow down. He just said he was turning her in for the reward. And he don't even, he saw the truck pull up, so he knew he was coming, but he don't bother to slow down or pull over. He don't even acknowledge that the marshal is there. I found that very strange, right? So Kate take this opportunity and she veers the truck off the side of the road, causing it to flip over. It flipped and flipped and flipped and boom, caught on fire, chap. So she get ready to get out the truck, and I was like, not sure why she ain't running. She stopped to help Ray. I know. After 3 months, he turned you in for $23,000. You still got a fucking heart enough to save his life because that truck is on fucking fire. Well, she didn't run. She didn't keep running. She got to the side of the road, was able to pull him out to safety, and all of a sudden, there the marshal showed up with the gun behind her head. I was like, girl, what was the point of veering the truck off the road if you was just gonna stick around? Well, before the crash had happened, while they was on the plane, she had asked a favor of the marshal, but we didn't get a chance to find out what that favor was. He wanted to know what it was, you know, as if he's in a position right now to grant the favor. And she wanted to make sure that Ray got his $23,000. She wanted to make sure that he got the reward. She understood why he ratted her out. He was going through hard times, right? And Marshall say, the same thing I did. You would have got away if you hadn't helped him. And she like, I don't know if you don't realize it, but I did get away. He's like, you don't look free to me. I don't know exactly what all that mean right now. It's gonna start coming back to me once I start remembering everything that happened on the show. But then he asked her for a mercy kill. He's like, you know I'm dying. You gonna be the one to take me out? Okay. I'm like, bro, you just choked her out. And now you need a favor from her. Hurley came up out to Jack because Jack was standing outside the tent. He's like, okay, where the fugitive at? He's like, in the tent with the gun. He said, in the tent. And Hurley say, in the tent? He said, yeah, what's she gonna do? She 120 pounds soaking wet. He said, dude, she got a gun. He said, what you mean she got a gun? Jack like, what gun? And I forgot that Jack wasn't there when they discovered that Sawyer had this gun. Well, Jack, Hurley tell him, she's strapped, man, go on in there. So Jack took off towards the tent running. And she comes out walking slowly. Looks back over her shoulder at Jack. Then all of a sudden, boom! The gun goes off. Now she outside the tent. So I'm thinking, did the marshal take himself out? Kate didn't do it. The marshal didn't do it. It was Sawyer, baby. The Sawyer is the one who pulled the trigger. He was like, I did what you couldn't do. Because Jack was like, what did you do? Deal with it. I did what you couldn't do. He asked me to do it. He begged me to take his life. But child, that man was still alive. Just blood just gurgling about his mouth and stuff. And they looked back at Sawyer. So I was like, what? I shot him in the heart. No, you didn't, fool. You shot him in the damn lungs. So not only is he still alive, he's still dying, but he in more agony and pain than he ever was. It's going to take him some long, grueling hours now to die with a bullet in his doggone lungs. Hurley is like, Lord, give me a dang on break. Give me a break. And then so I tell him, that was the last bullet too, dog. That's fucked up, right? And then Sawyer done caused himself PTSD for nothing. Because he felt regrettably sad even though he was doing all that tough talk to Jack. Jack has to go in there and smother the damn man to end his life. So earlier, John Locke, he was sitting there on the beach making a whistle. Charlie thought he was trying to make an instrument or something, but it was for Walt. He started blowing, and out of the woods came Vincent. You know how dogs got good hearing. They hear us. It was a good thing he didn't draw no wolves or nothing else that was out there. They shouldn't have been coming out. But he even went over to Michael and woke him up. They would sleep on the side of the beach. Woke him up and said, hey, I found the dog. I felt that you should take it to your son, knowing that he just lost his mama. He need a parent that he knows is by his side. So I was like, okay, he gonna allow Michael to get that praise. I'm like, go ahead on, John Locke. Go ahead on, John Locke, right? Helping him earn brownie points with the son. And let me tell you, for them to be out in the jungle for 3 days, Vincent is one of the cleanest dogs ever stranded on a deserted island. He is a white Labrador. His coat is pristine, baby. It still has some coconut oil sheen to it and everything. That dog was cleaner than the Board of Health. But Jack sat there on the shore, in dismay, watching the waves wash up and push away. So Kate comes over there and try to confess about her crimes. She wanted to tell Jack what all she's done. And he was like, nope, I don't want to hear it. I don't even want to know at this point. It does not matter who we were or what we did before that crash happened. 3 days ago, everybody on this plane, we all died. We should be able to start over. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm going to call back to this moment in later seasons. Stick a pin in that. That's what he just said to her. It doesn't matter who we were before this happened. 3 days ago, we all died. And we should all be able to start over. Okay. Another thing that I like about this show is one of the same things I like about The Handmaid's Tale is that the soundtrack for each episode perfectly presents itself as another character, right? It's almost like as if it's an orator telling us what everybody is thinking or feeling in that moment. Every freaking song fits perfectly with whatever scene is just happening, is happening, or is about to happen, right? The outro song, Hurley had his Walkman on, so this is where the song came from. And it was saying something like, I got troubles, oh Lord, but not today, because they gonna wash away. Okay, they gonna wash away. I got sins, Lord, but not today, because they gonna wash away. They're gonna wash away. I got friends, Lord, but not today, because they gonna wash away. And I cannot wait until we get to see all those troubles, all those sins, and all those former friends wash away and come back again, or present themselves, really unfold is what I'm trying to say. I can't wait till it happens. Tell you, we are just at the crust at the upper crust of what's about to happen in this show. We haven't really broke the seal of the crust and got down into the middle, into the meat and potatoes of it all. We still just setting the stage right now, and I'm getting excited. I'm just telling y'all. I hope y'all come back and watch more episodes. Thank y'all for being here. This is Lost, Season 1, Episode 3, Tabula Rasa, translated to Blank Slate. Peace.